Hi class, today I'm going to be reading you How Rocket Learned to Read. This is the title of the book. It says How Rocket Learned to Read. The author of the book is Ted Hills. Rocket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks and loved to listen to the birds sing. Look at him running. Every fall morning, after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. There, he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle for a good nap. That's him under the tree. But one day, a little yellow bird startled Rocket. "Aha, my first student! Wonderful," she sang. Rocket was confused. "Student? I'm not." "But if I am your teacher," the bird interrupted, "then you must be my student." Rocket found it hard to argue with this bird. "I'm so glad you saw my sign," the bird chirped. "Oh yes, I can see it," Rocket says, "but I don't know how to read." Look at his sad little face. Can't read? Fantastic," she waved a wing. "Welcome to my classroom." "But I just came here to nap," Rocket said. No, there will be no napping in my class," declared the bird, "except a course during nap time." So in his class, he had nap time just like we used to have rest time in our classroom. "Well then, I can take a nap over here," said Rocket. "I've had a very busy morning." "Not to worry, I'll be around every day," chirped the bird, "until the weather turns." Look guys, what is this? The bird hung a long ribbon of all the letters of the alphabet. As Rocket breathed in the crisp air, a little yellow bird hung her banner. "Ah, the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet," she marveled, "where it all begins." That's a little bird hanging her alphabet banner. Opening up a book, the bird began to read. She sang out the story of an unlucky dog named Buster who lost his favorite bone. Oh, look at Rocket. Does he look happy or sad? A cool breeze carried her lively voice across the yard. At first, Rocket was disturbed. But before long, he found himself captivated. The Rocket story was delicious as the early smells of fall. It was exciting as chasing leaves. He closed his eyes and listened to every word. As Buster dug and dug under the lilac bush, the bird read. He felt something familiar. Rocket waited. Was it the bone, he wondered? But silence. Was it the bone, he called to the bird? But more silence. Look at Rocket's face now. He doesn't look so mad or sad. He looks scared and excited, kind of. Was it the bone? Rocket hollered. Suddenly, he was rushing to the tree. Well, was it? But the little yellow bird was gone. The next morning, Rocket arrived early. He came to class early today. He's nice and ready. At last, the little yellow bird appeared. "Hello, it's wonderful to see you in class," she chirped. "I can tell by your waggy tail that you are well rested." "I'd like to hear the end of the story, please," said Rocket. "That seems like a fine way to start the day," chirped the bird. She gave Rocket a name tag, and he began to read. This little name tag says his name, Rocket. Every day, Rocket turned to the little yellow bird's classroom. In the morning, the bird taught him a new letter until he had learned all the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet. Together, they sang out the sounds that each letter makes and spelled out the sounds they had heard around them with a G and many R's that spelled Mr. Barker's growl. Grrr. What sound does a G make? The sound that a G makes goes grr, and the R goes They spelled out the sound of the wind, which was growling at colder by the day. Whoosh. Soon they spelled words like fall, F-A-L-L, for the gusty time of year, and red, R-E-D, for the color of the leaves. And each afternoon, the bird read a story. She read stories about dogs and birds. She read about leaves changing colors, about birds flying south for the winter. Then one day, the weather turned. The letter banner disappeared. "See you again in the glorious spring," the bird said. And as she flew into the wintry sky, she called, "Don't forget, words are built one letter at a time." As the days grew shorter and leaves fell from the trees, the grass became crunchy, and soon Rocket's classroom disappeared under the snow. He remembered the little yellow bird's alphabet and practiced writing his letters. Which letters did he write? I see an A, a B, and a C. Rocket thought about the bird's sweet chirp while he sounded out his words. Like dig, D-I-G, D-I-G, and wind, W-I-N-D, cold, C-O-L-D. He made new friends and spelled their names. Hello, Emma. Emma is spelled E-M-M-A. Hi there, Fred. And Fred is spelled F-R-E-D. Rocket spelled everything. Sun, S-U-N. Melt, where the snow is melting off the tree. Melt, M-E-L-T. When Rocket spelled mud, he knew that it was spring, and it always does. It had returned. He spelled mud. The breeze grew warmer, the grass grew greener, and a sign appeared. Oh goodness, who is coming back? Early the next morning, Rocket rushed to his classroom. As soon as he waited, he spelled wag, where his tail is wagging. W-A-G. Soon the little bird arrived. "Ah, my star student," she sang. "How wonderful to see you. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are ready for class." Then together they began to read. They read stories about birds flying north in the spring. They read about picnics in the warm sun. And they read about Buster, the lucky dog who found his bone under the lilac bush. And when they were done, they read it again and again and again. A-G-A-I-N.